Hello everyone and welcome to PIGYournament August 2018. I'm your host, Shockslayer, and joining me today is Richard. How you doing?
Hello there. I'm pretty good.
That's good to hear. So,
Looks like we got two really good teams here. So what do you think about these teams here?
well, I think that everyone is betting on Dingosig to do pretty well, but I absolutely would not count out Cat yet. In our couple battles we've seen with him so far, he's done fairly well.
Yeah, his team looks very interesting. I'm excited to see how it works.
Yeah. So for those of you who are familiar with the last tournament, you'll notice that both Rob and Neff are not here. They currently have other engagements, so we may see some of them later this tournament, but it might just be me and Richard. So we'll see.
Yes, I have no engagements.
Yes, we heard you earlier.
I've removed all engagements.
Hang on, I have to call work. That's dedication right there.
It was worth it.
Alright, so our combatants have picked their Pokemon and we're heading into the first match.
Now this is interesting. A lead can determine a battle, so let's see what they go with here. Alright, pretty even leads here.
First move, Explosion.
Now see, Machamp has the type advantage, but Cloyster's high defense will help it here.
And we're already looking at the switch. Potentially.
Now that's risky revealing that you might switch, because that can prompt the opponent to change their actions.
Alright, so we see Exeggutor come out and immediately get chopped. Oh, that's a crit.
That high critical hit ratio will help you sometimes. Other times you'll just miss.
Hmm. Ooh, Fire Blast. Gen 1 TMs at their finest.
Ah, there it goes. Even with Machamp's low special attack, that was enough to knock out Exeggutor.
Hmm. I thought this would come back out.
Yeah, this makes sense.
Sticking with the cross chop.
Yeah, that's the best bet.
The crit.
Oh, there's another critical hit. Wow.
Oh, that's a big one right there.
This is looking bad for Cat.
I'm pretty sure right now he's in the boat of, I hate to say I told you so.
Ooh, this is not a good matchup.
No, it is not. But it is kind of a trend for T-Tar to not do very well in our Crystal Clear tournaments.
Yeah, that is true. I recall Godzilla.
We all recall Godzilla. Shout out to Godzilla, everybody. Oh, a first round Dingosig not even touched.
That does not bode well for what comes.
Alright, that's our first battle. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this.
Dingo, he swept 3-0. But you know what? This is a good chance for Cat to gain information and change his tactics for next round.
Alright, so that first round goes to Dingosig. I have to actually mark these out. But we have a little bit of an issue with that in the first tournament.
Oh, yeah?
We should be good this time, though. I have a spreadsheet. That's how you know.
think for best 2 out of 3, try again does actually work.
Does it? Okay. I don't know why change team combination threw us all the way back here.
Yeah, it's an annoying feature of Stadium 2.
Okay, so we'll say that for next time. That's on me. I was the one that told him to click that.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, we're headed into our second round. See if we get any changes. If you're Dingo Sig, do you stay with the lead Machamp? Or...
I would stay with the lead Machamp, but it's also kind of risky because that invites counterplay.
That is true. Cat looking pretty confident. Pulls out his 3s, ready to go.
Yeah, that was a fast selection.
Alright, second round, here we go.
It'll be interesting to see what changes.
So he swapped it out. He brought out...
Yeah, we've already got Jolteon versus Dragonite.
Not fantastic for Dragonite.
Yeah, it really
type.
depends on Jolteon's... It depends on Jolteon's moveset here. Dragonite is one of those Pokemon that could have anything.
Hidden power.
I'm expecting Ice type here.
And you're probably right.
Yeah. Ooh, unfortunate miss.
Are we about to see another sweep?
That's a risky strategy for turn 1.
We gotta root for our boy Cat. He's gotta get some damage in.
Here comes a Pokemon swap.
Alright, Cloyster's back. Into Thunderbolt. Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's not going to bode well for Cloyster.
Straight up. That's it. We are witnessing a murder. There's no sugarcoating this. What does Cat have in reserve that could possibly beat this Jolteon?
Exeggutor could do something if he has it. And there it is. HP Ice will not be fond, but I don't know. I think Exeggutor can survive a couple of those. Ooh, that was a heavy hit.
Does he get the sleep powder? That is
no.
awful, awful luck. We're looking at bad times for Cat.
Yeah, this is probably a good game.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's rough. If anything, I think this is setting the pace for how the tournament's going to go, though. Dingo has an amazing team.
I think so. And the faster these matches go, the sooner we can be done.
That is true.
With how many entrants we have, this tournament could go a while. So, decisive action, very helpful. And that is it.
That is the end of the second round.
Dingo Sig taking it 2-0 against Cat without taking any damage at all.
That is brutal.
As brutal as it was, we have to recognize that's a type of thing that shows skill.
Absolutely. Dingo Sig is without a doubt one of the most skilled trainers in this bracket.
I think so. Well, we've got to tune out for a second while we set up round 2. So stay tuned. Anything to say?
Wish me good luck. I'm going to need it.
Oh, that's right. You are in this one. I'm going to swap announcers then. I'm going to grab Cat.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll see what happens. And we're good. Okay. We are back. It's taken us a little while to get our technical difficulties sorted out, but we are now joined by Cat with Human Ears, who had an amazing performance in round 1. Would you like to talk about that?
I mean, there's not much to say. I got sweeped, and I'm not I'm not quite sure what to do about that. I didn't predict the Fire Blast Machamp or the Hidden Power Ice Jolteon, and I just made horrible lead choices, and that is what ended up killing me in the end. Obviously,
Let's see if this next round goes better.
I sincerely hope so. That could not have been a very entertaining match to watch, but at least we got it out of the way early.
Hopefully.
I felt bad for you.
Alright, so this is our setup turn. We got Swords Dance and Growth coming out. Or Curse.
Caesar does have the advantage here. He's boosting faster than Vaporeon. But does his moveset have anything that can actually hurt Vaporeon?
I suppose we'll find out. Going for another setup.
Times 4. Oh no, this is times 3.
Baton passing that Curse right away. Vaporeon is already out.
Interesting. I see. Just trying to get rid of trying to get used to the button commands. That's always the hardest part. Someone says there's an echo.
Yeah, that's Richard. He has to use push to talk. So limitations.
I don't know how good of a switch this is for the Tyranitar.
No, into that. But don't forget that Scizor does not have a very good stab steel move, except for it only has Metal Claw.
Tauros, interesting pick here.
That probably is going to have Earthquake.
Ooh, that burn.
Nice.
That is going to drastically affect how this battle unfolds.
Yeah, burn decreases the attack, and that could severely hinder the double-edger body slam that Tauros might be packing. As well as any kind, if it has Earthquake. The only thing, I really can't think of anything that Tauros would have them.
Looks like it doesn't matter what he's got.
Interesting that T-Tar is faster, even after a curse.
That is interesting.
So we know Fire Blast is on the field, so Caesar probably can't come in, at least immediately. What else do we have in the wings here?
Now this could be good or bad depending on the moveset.
I'm going to post something in the tournament lobby. Might be a good idea to pin it.
Okay.
Get pop up. There you go.
Super effective on the Electabuzz, and it goes down.
That's the That there is the actual code to get rid of to stop the prompt from coming up on Project 64.
Wow.
At least the one that they gave me. I'm not entirely sure if it's like different or if it's like I don't know, but
Literally
it seems pretty
copy-paste that.
generic.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
and that should just get rid of the pop-up for all of you guys.
That should be very useful for matches going forward, especially when we have to reset.
Yeah. we have
Speaking
to
of
reset
matches,
on.
we just saw 3 Pokemon go down.
Wow, Tyranitar actually did something?
Yes, it did.
That is a first.
For those of you who did not tune into last month's tournament, Tyranitar did not have a very good streak, as I take it.
Yeah, Tyranitar did not have a good showing at all. It was kind of sandbagged in every single match it was in.
Never thought I'd be referring to Tyranitar as an underdog, but here we are.
GSC meta.
Alright, so we're going into round 2 now. What do you think Mike's going to do different this time?
I think less focus on setup and more focus on hitting hard and fast while you can.
Most likely. We might see the Charizard come out. Or he's going to reselect his whole team.
He needs something to deal with that Tyranitar. What is on his team that could even deal with that, though?
Guess it's more down to what the T-Tar has. We know Earthquake and we know Fire Blast. So Charizard deals with both of those.
Yeah, but it has to watch for Rock Slide if he carries it.
This is true.
I think Umbreon's a good choice here. Umbreon is a very defensive Pokemon. It can give them time to set up. Houndoom.
Shout out to all the Houndoom users out there. No, Houndoom is a fan favorite for these tournaments.
Houndoom is overall a fan favorite Pokemon. It's decently powerful and it just looks so damn cool.
It's one of the best offensive dark types in this generation, too.
Yes, absolutely. There's not a whole lot of dark types. There's not a whole lot of dark types anyway. You basically just got Tyranitar, Umbreon, Houndoom, Murkrow. I think that might be it.
Tyranitar. So Houndoom opting for Solar Beam here. That's interesting. I think he might have been predicting a switch.
Pretty sure every time we see the quick check, Rob dies a little.
Yeah, I plan to have notes written down for what I pick.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Solar Beam is not going to do well here.
It's not
I
very
used
effective.
that quick check in the first match because I couldn't remember what order I picked my Pokemon in, and I had to remember which button was which. I've never played Stadium before today, or Stadium 2, so I'm fairly new to this control scheme.
That hurts my childhood.
I apologize. I am also a lot younger than you, I believe, aren't I?
I think everyone here is.
Well, we can get into semantics, or we can watch this Charizard switch out. So what do we see?
Back to Umbreon again.
Yes. Possibly anticipating a crunch? No. Another switch.
I should probably be running a timer here. This is taking some time.
This is taking time.
It'd say 10 minutes.
Ice Beam, perhaps fishing for a freeze? No luck.
Probably a good move there.
Yeah, slowing Vaporeon is important. Still no freeze on that. Alright, Vaporeon is officially on a timer.
It doesn't have rest, does it?
If it has rest, that will completely remove Toxic, yeah.
I guess we'll never know.
Shadow Ball. That did not do much. Oh, but that could help. Now, interesting to note, Shadow Ball reduces special defense, but it is a physical move in this generation.
Yes, that must have been an oversight by developers.
No shortage of those. You can trust me on that one. Pretty powerful Surf.
Yeah, that did a lot to an Umbreon, which is generally a
Yeah, it did.
tanky Pokemon.
I wonder if they went for a specialized sweeper Vaporeon somehow, instead of a bulky one.
Maybe more focus on attacking, I guess?
I guess, maybe. They did give it leftovers, however. It seems like maybe it is supposed to be sort of at least a pretty buff attacker.
Confusion is worn off. And that'll do it for Umbreon.
Rest
We
in
needed to
peace,
see some
Pupper.
action here. Because we are running time, and that's the first Pokemon to go down.
Yeah.
We're past 5 minutes already, for sure.
Wow. Welcome to GSC meta, everyone.
Well, there's actually a lot of deliberation in the early turns. So the longer they take to pick moves, the longer the battle takes.
Yeah, one wrong move can spell your defeat. That did a decent amount of damage. Wow, that did a lot for an Ice Beam.
Alright, so this is likely going to be Vaporeon's last turn out on the field. If
I
he
would
goes for Ice
imagine.
Beam again. Guess it doesn't really
Return
matter.
Nicaroni asking about a poison clause. No, I'm not familiar with that.
No, I don't think that's a thing. Sleep is the cause, and freeze is the cause if it's enabled by the game, but poison I've never heard of.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Like, more than one Pokemon can't be frozen or sleep at the same time?
Correct. At least on the same team.
Right. Well, it's a good thing we're doing this tournament on a Saturday night, because it seems like we're in this for the long haul.
Yeah, we got about 2 minutes left.
It's a pretty close match.
Crunch.
Right, so I believe for the time clause, whoever has the most Pokemon remaining at 10 minutes is the victor.
What if it's a tie?
HV.
Go, Biden. HP, yeah.
HP or even we go status, and if no status, then I guess we just have to do one more turn.
Both players are knocked out.
And we could do that.
Do
Certainly save time.
either of you remember? There was I think it was a VGC match where someone got a hold of the move present on his Pokemon and used that move with its ridiculously long animation to actually stall the timer out on his opponent and win the match.
I do remember that.
Sounds ridiculous.
It is absolutely ridiculous, and it is a total dick move, but it was hilarious.
I think the official rules have changed now so that you can't do that.
Yeah, they did change it specifically because of that person, but it was funny at the time.
Absolutely.
All right. Knee grabs 2 rounds.
Shockslayer, the move present, I don't know if you know it, but it does absolutely nothing.
I do know.
It literally, yeah, just...
All right.
Well, congratulations
Well, Knee
to
takes
me.
a second round. Because we are casting this tournament. All right, so we're going to head into the transition, and we will come back with the next match.
All right.
Oh, okay
All right,
then.
so for this round, I am competing. I am going to be playing against Little Helper. So Richard and Kat are going to take over for casting, and you'll hear me back later. Okay, bye.
Hello, welcome back to the Piggy Ornament. I'm here with my co-host Richard, and we are about to see a heated battle between Shockslayer and Little Helper.
All right, what do you think about this team by Shockslayer? What's your impression of this?
Well, considering I had a little bit of experience playing with it, it's a very interesting team. We have seen this, there's the famous Weird Grape, which we've seen before.
Yeah, I think it's probably the best Pokemon on this team.
I agree. As you can see there, it is an absolute setup. With the
Going for the
toxic strategy
fissure right off the
everything.
bat. Oh, that missed.
And it missed. Here we go with the toxic.
All right, we've got Dugtrio Poison, so that's a good start.
Now, as a meme, me and Richard had a small battle using Shockslayer's team, the both of us, and we had this Weird Grape versus Weird Grape, and we missed Toxic, which has 90% accuracy 5 times in a row. Both
Literally 5 times. It was amazing.
we were extremely frustrated.
Missing on both ends, mind you. It wasn't just one of us trying to do it. Both of us missed Toxic 5 times in a row.
There goes Shockslayer going with the Endora, trying to stay set up on this Fissure. He's used Fissure 3 times now. He's going to be running out of people soon.
Yeah, and Endor has a diminishing return rate, so he's used it twice. I can't imagine it's still fresh. And there goes Weird Grape. Unfortunate.
R.I.P. Piggy. But that's okay. We will see. He got the badly poisoned off. Let's see what he brings out next and see if he can turn the tides, perhaps.
Now, I know these Pokemon's nicknames, and these are not good matchups for SS here.
Ooh, this Tyranitar. Yeah. That. Although, I wonder if Dugtrio actually has Earthquake or if he's just running Fissure.
No, yeah, he did use Earthquake last.
He's still going for the Fissure. I don't understand his tactic, really.
Yeah, I'm confused as well, but perhaps he's just trying to get the early KO.
Yeah, the Oko moves are usually not very, how you say, useful in the meta.
Yeah, 30% accuracy really kills any usefulness they might have.
Absolutely. On top of an Earthquake here that you see, would let's see, this will probably, I wonder if this will Oko. No, but it'll definitely 2KO. Which definitely would have been more useful than just trying to go for Fissure twice.
SS memeing setting up the Sandstorm. I'm wondering what the usefulness is of this at all.
Well, I believe Sandstorm raises special defense.
That's only in generations 3 or 4 and higher, I believe.
So yeah, really no use, because Dugtrio's not going to take chip damage from that.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Well, let's see what his third Pokemon's going to be. Let's hope he doesn't get completely swept by a Dugtrio.
Oh, this is not a good choice here.
Ooh, now see here, this Pokemon that we have here, Lantern. However, it is part water type, so I believe that would make it a neutral hit, wouldn't it? The Earthquake.
No, water does not resist ground.
Ah, my bad. I'm not totally good with my.
Oh, but it survived the hit. And
Oh,
Dugtrio
wow.
goes down.
Dugtrio goes down from poison. That's impressive.
However, I think Sandstorm is going to come to bite SS here.
Yes, but remember, SS hasn't had his attack yet. Oh, showing off that shiny Umbreon there.
And there it is.
There it is. Rest in peace, Shock Slayer. But there was round 1. We still have one more round to go. Perhaps he can turn it around in the next time.
Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't get your hopes up. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that Chansey. That's what I
Yeah.
was really hoping for.
Blissey is banned, but Chansey, on the other hand, is not.
Yeah, Chansey's an interesting choice. One I don't think that many people considered for this tournament.
Alright, I'm calling you out, little helper. You gonna bring it out or not?
I don't. I don't think Chansey would be a very popular one, but especially considering the only thing that really makes it good is the Eviolite, which is obviously does not exist in Gen 2.
Yeah, Chansey still has decent stats all around, but it really relies on having movesets, and Chansey's moveset in Gen 2 is kind of weird. It's illegal to have Heal Bell and Seismic Toss on the same moveset, which really limits its usefulness.
Right, but you could also still run a soft-boiled set.
That is true.
What do we see with Starmie? Mischievous versus Starmie. Now, this could go really any way.
Leading with the Confuse Ray here. That's probably a good choice.
Probably. Confuse Ray is always useful.
And
confusion
there it
can
comes.
use hurt itself. I do like the color of Shiny Mischievous here. It's very,
Yeah, that is an appealing color for sure. Ooh, and the critical hit on Mischievous. That will bring it down.
Yeah. Starmie is known for its powerful ice beams. That's one of the things that kept it. Starmie has been used in almost every gen as part of the overused, in almost every gen through like 5 or 6. It's very strong.
We have Articuno here now. What could SS's plan be?
I don't think he has much of one, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, powerful Thunderbolt
Who knows?
here. Oh, but Articuno tanks it fairly well.
Yeah, that must be a pretty bulky Articuno.
And we see the Fly coming out. Now, this does give the opponent a chance to switch out if they have something that can deal with that. But if not, this is a free hit for SS.
I don't know. Starmie is seems like a not too bad of a counter to Articuno. The Ice Beam would be a neutral hit and very powerful. It's already got it down below 66%. Interesting tactic on the surface there.
Fly did not deal much damage. SS is going to think of something else to do. You see, though, there is no will to battle. That might describe SS in general.
Oh, what is his third Pokemon?
Magneton.
Oh, Nugget. Interesting.
Now, this is interesting.
Well, that might be able to do it this time.
Magneton is one of very few Pokemon to resist Thunderbolt and Ice Beam, and that seems to be part of Starmie's big gimmick here.
Yeah, I wonder what he can do with it. Oh, going for the Confuse Ray rather than switching on that Thunderbolt, possibly.
Oh no. SS just has no luck in this round.
It's almost like it's watching a Picaspri video. See, here's the Surf. Now,
Yeah, that Surf is going to deal... Oh, it survived the Surf. Can it get off ahead? Oh no. So SS has effectively done not a whole lot.
Unfortunately, that... Ouch.
I don't
No.
see much of a way for him to turn this around. And outside of maybe a freeze from Articuno, that could buy him some time.
Yeah, but remember that he still has that little helper still has many Pokemon almost at full health.
Yeah. Oh no, the paralysis. That pretty much seals any chance he had.
Yeah. Ooh, can we get the blizzard though?
And the blizzard miss. Wow, what an unfortunate series of events here.
Shock Slayer just didn't have his lucky Rabbit's Foot on hand, I guess. I faked
There is
that.
no will to battle.
I think it's because he didn't bring the weird grape on this team.
Oh no, now he's just showing off. Who are we going to see a switch to?
I bet you it's Chansey.
It's Doug Trio.
Doug Trio.
We see the roar coming out from SS denying it. Darmy has been brought back in,
Wow.
saying,
That
you know,
was totally wasted
we are
turn.
going down on my terms.
And there's the Thunderbolt to finish him off.
Well, it was a good display.
Good battle, you two. Good battle.
Oh yeah, that was some good shit right there.
Amazing Shock Slayer. Truly one of the best battles I've ever seen.
Yeah, there wasn't much I could do against that. A little
No.
helper takes this round.
The luck was not on your side for that one.
Yeah, it's alright. I had a good time. Alright, so we're going to head into our next match as soon as we can get that set up. Stick around.
All right.
There is a slight change in our event today. Fefnion was not able to participate, so in his place is Neko-san from the last tournament, who you may remember for his excellent Blastoise participation. So we've got him up against B Prince Vance. So we'll see how this goes.
Now, important to note here, this is still Fef's team, but it's being manned by Neko.
Indeed.
You might be able to tell by the Flareon named Fefnir. Quite a matchup we've got going on here. It looks like Vance's team might be a little bit of a problem for Neko, considering the hard counters that he has for all of his other Pokemon. Let's just hope that they can get the prediction correct.
Yeah, I've seen Fef's team in action. It's very solid. And Vance's team also has a lot of staple OU mons from GSC meta, so I think both teams are pretty equally matched.
Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of electric and grass types that might... Well, the electric types that might threaten that Lapras, and the grass and ground types that might threaten the Tyranitar there.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, we're starting in with Espeon and Quagsire.
Now, this is an interesting lead here. Both Pokemon have things that they can do to set up, so we'll have to see what they go for.
A little bit of mind games going on here before we can start, and then...
Like a reminder for me to start the timer.
Now, Espeon is not a very tanky Pokemon. It is much more of a sweeper, whereas Quagsire is a little bit more bulky. However, I'm not sure Espeon will have anything that can really counter it. Going with the growth strategy, that event EV move growth. That was a huge thing back in the GSC meta.
Yeah, growth is a huge deal. However, Quagsire retaliating with Earthquake here, and that is going to deal a lot of damage.
That was an extremely strong Earthquake. But like I said, Espeon is not a very tanky Pokemon. For anyone that's played Pokemon Coliseum, we all know that Umbreon is much more tanky than Espeon. But Espeon deals much more damage.
Yeah, Espeon's more of the frail sweeper type like Alakazam.
Yes, exactly.
Switching out, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
One change. Okay, let's see here.
And we've got the Lapras coming in. That is an interesting choice. I wonder what the Lapras can do against a Quagsire, unless it was anticipating a switch, possibly?
Now, Lapras's stab moves, Ice Beam and Surf, are neutral on Quagsire, so that could be something. It's quite bulky. You see right there, it took the Earthquake much better than Espeon did.
That's very true. However, if the Lapras has Thunderbolt, which is, I believe, is pretty common still, it's not going to do anything against the Quagsire.
Also very
And here's the switch. And we've got Raichu coming out. Now that's going to be a problem for Lapras.
Yeah,
That's a hit
see
to
Sing.
Sing.
And it's using the Sing.
No, Sing. That could be dangerous.
Ooh. He gets
And it got the hit. That could be it for Raichu right there.
Sleep can put a Pokemon out of commission for up towards, like, what is it, 7, 8 turns?
7.
Yeah, I think 7 turns still. Going with a Surf.
This should do pretty good damage.
It was alright. It was 33%.
Still sleeping, huh?
And another Surf. Interesting tactic. I think I would have gone for the Ice Beam personally, unless perhaps it doesn't have an Ice Beam for some reason.
Yeah, both moves do about the same damage.
Alright, and the switch. Bringing out Tyranitar.
Open
Now,
up
this
this
is
line.
better than mine.
Even then, Tyranitar, it takes neutral damage from electric moves like this. Although it did manage to tank it pretty well.
Yeah, it's not even half. And the leftovers, too. That'll help.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Tyranitar is oddly not as bulky of a Pokemon as you'd expect it to be.
Petal Dance. Now, this is an interesting tactic. It didn't seem to deal much damage.
It seems like it's out of commission, though, with the Earthquake now.
Yeah, that's it for Raichu.
What can he bring out to... The Tyranitar is on quite low health. I wonder what he can bring out to counter it.
Yeah, it looks like he has a few choices here.
He brings out Gengar. Ooh, that might not be so good. Levitate is not a thing in this generation, and the Earthquake can be a very big hit as well as a crunch.
We'll have to see what he's planning here. Gengar has a lot of tricks up its sleeve.
Ice Punch. Interesting.
That is neutral.
Still didn't manage to kill yet.
Yeah, Tyranitar can take that all day. Earthquake,
I wonder
no.
if this Gengar can...
Gengar does not
Ooh,
have
just
levitation.
barely
That
managed to
is
hang on.
Both of them have
nearly
40 HP.
KO. Interesting.
Numbers. No, Fef is excited to watch his team fight here.
Yeah, Fef's team is doing very well.
Secret underdog of the tournament.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah, this is slightly stronger than the Ice Punch. I think this is a better choice.
Yeah. And down goes the Tyranitar.
Still, Fefneon's team has a much better lead in this match here.
Back out comes the Espeon. That psychic stab is going to be a very big problem for the Gengar. They can't
Yeah, we'll have to see
counter
who's
the
faster.
Thunderbolt immediately. One Shadow Ball and that Espeon is for certain KO'd though. Oh, he's going for the Thunderbolt. He maybe doesn't have a stab move.
Yeah,
And-
Gengar's
and
physical
that
attack in this gen is pretty
tank.
bad.
There's the Psychic critical hit, and that's it for Gengar.
Now, what Pokemon do you think Vance has saved for last year? Or what?
That's a very good question.
I think we've seen it. I've just forgotten.
Quagsire.
Oh, that's right. It is Quagsire.
RuneScape the Quagsire. Gonna take Espeon all the way to Lumbee.
I remember those days.
Me too.
Now, the only thing is he has a very low health Espeon and only Lapras left. So what can he hope to do against the Quagsire here?
Switch out.
Going for the flip.
Getting a switch.
perhaps looking for that. Perhaps looking for the late game finish off revenge killer on the Espeon. Perhaps Lapras may have body slam and is trying to go for the paralyze.
Either that or Sing.
Yeah, Sing.
I would expect Sing.
Now, Sing is a very risky move at 55% accuracy, but it's been working out so far.
Oh, so there's all
And
the
he
luck I was
gets
missing.
it.
Yeah, apparently it's 100%. I was mistaken.
Well, it's good to see the competitors getting the luck that Shockslayer and I could not have.
Yeah. I just realized we are in the same boat, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Although I would still take Little Helper over Dingo Sig.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm the last caster remaining that hasn't fought. Hopefully I'm not in the same boat as you two.
Great, the loser boat casts everything. We're like, oh yeah, this guy sucks.
Ooh. Got that health regen there.
Oh, but Quagsire is
Woke up and went for the Earthquake, though. Will this KO?
It will.
Oh, unfortunately.
Yeah, that sleep, if it had lasted a little bit longer, I think he could have gotten something set up.
Let's see what the Lapras can do.
Will he go for another Sing?
He gets the first hit. It would be risky, but
He's going for another Sing. That's pretty much his only hope here.
looks like it's gonna
And
work
he
out.
gets it yet again.
Wow, I wish I had this kind of luck. That is amazing.
Had to go somewhere.
This could turn the tides. Perhaps
Absolutely.
a critical hit Surf might be able to take that Quagsire down.
Or just slowly over 7 turns. There's no telling how it'll work out.
See, he does have the body slam. Interesting. Didn't do very much.
Yeah, that's a bit of a burnt turn there.
And we're switching over to the Surf now.
Much more damage.
That was a fairly big help.
Much stronger.
Now the thing is, Quagsire could wake up at any moment. Does he predict the Sing, or does he just keep going for the Surf to try to hit it?
Well, he can't really predict the Sing because sleep would wear off after his move.
Ooh, you're right. And there it is. Here comes the Earthquake. And that is it, unfortunately.
Very close game, though. One of the closest we've had so far in this bracket.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see how round 2 will go.
Oh yeah, that's one down for Vance. Very close battle, but got a better feel for what's going to happen in the next one, I think.
Yeah, the information gained there is invaluable. I think tweaking some of the Pokemon that you bring in could actually help a lot.
That was pretty close to the 10 minutes too.
There wasn't a whole lot of stalling, however. It was actually a battle for the ages, if you will.
Yeah, I think so. Looks like Vance has some fans in the chat too. Yes, yes, Vance. Heart emoji. Very nice.
Poor Fefnia.
Oh, we're fans of Fef. We've been roasting him too much. We gotta be in his corner now.
Yeah, Fefnion is cheering his own team on as well.
I would love to see a Flareon in the grand finals.
That would be pretty cool.
Will Neko-san bring out the Flareon this time or not? That's the question.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine. It would be good against Executor, but I couldn't see it doing much against the rest of the team.
No. I especially with that Quagsire looming around with that Earthquake, it's a little bit dangerous to just have sort of that throwaway Pokemon, even if it is for the meme.
Yeah, if he has something like Solar Beam or Hidden Power Grass, then maybe, but you would really have to bank on that.
What about
On
his
top of
switching
having-
for Magmar?
Oh yeah, that's true.
I guess, I don't know. You guys are more versed in this than I am. As demonstrated on stream.
I don't know. That Quagsire seemed pretty solid. I'd say that if Vance switched, it would probably be a bit of a downfall for him.
Let's see how they...
Starting off with Lapras.
Lapras is a
really
good
well.
If he can still get that Sing Luck, and there's Quagsire again. If he can still get that Sing Luck that he had last round, he might be able to pull something off, but who knows if he'll be able to get it 2 times in a row.
One important thing to consider here is that if he does get that Sing Luck, you might want to keep Quagsire asleep so that he can't put something else to sleep.
Absolutely.
It
Oh,
missed.
but there's the first miss. And here comes the Earthquake. Now, we've saw that Lapras is quite a tanky Pokemon. And that did a decent chunk, but it didn't take him below half. It'll definitely still be a 3 HKO.
Yeah, without a crit, it can survive a lot.
Trying for the Sing again.
Will it connect?
And there it is.
The luck has run out.
Yeah, it depends on who you're rooting for.
I suppose that is true.
Like Vance wants to switch. RuneScape servers are offline. What are we bringing in? Avast!
Exactly.
Perhaps they got viruses.
Now, this is an interesting switch-in, because if that Lapras does have an Ice Beam, that could be potentially damaging to Exeggutor. Exeggutor does not have very good special defense.
Yeah, it would have to bank on putting Lapras to sleep, which would be quite a turn of events.
Giga
Nope,
Drain.
it's just going for the stab, for the neutral stab Giga Drain. And he almost manages to get it.
Yeah, almost.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, folks, especially not in Pokemon.
Is that what the
but he
explosion
manages
move
to
is
tank
for?
that.
Hand grenades?
We see the berry juice item on Exeggutor, so that's good to know. That brought him right up above half.
One more Ice Beam, he won't be able to stand it, however.
Yeah, Exeggutor is faster though, so he does have a bit of advantage there. And we see the
And
switch
the
coming
switch
out.
Coming in with Scizor. Interesting.
This seems like a good switch.
Yeah. Now, is Psychic 4 times not effective against Scizor?
No, 2 times.
Okay, I couldn't remember if Bug resisted poison or Psychic.
Yeah, Bug is one of those types that nobody remembers the matchups for.
All I remember is it beats Psychic and Grass.
That's pretty much all you need to know. And it loses to Fire.
Yeah.
Speaking of Fire, if that Exeggutor has Hidden Power Fire, that could spell damage for Scizor, but it looks like we're looking at a switch here, potentially.
Yeah. Hidden Power Fire was a very real threat back in the GSC meta with Exeggutor.
Yeah, it
That's
has a lot of
already
options. Beats Scizor and Skarmory and Fortress, some of the top threats in the GSC meta.
Yeah, especially against Exeggutor, which has a 4 times weakness to Bug. And lots of weaknesses to things like Dark and Fire and Ice, very prevalent in the meta.
Absolutely.
And he brings back up the Quagsire. Going for the Sword Dance setup. Interesting.
Ooh, now this could be risky here. Sleeping Quagsire against a boosting Scizor could spell doom for Vance.
Could really spell doom for either of them.
That is true, but
Yeah,
once
this-
Scizor gets set up, that could be it.
That Earthquake would not be very... Ooh, wow, that almost
Critical
took him
hit
out.
slash. And he's still asleep.
It looks like RuneScape is gone unless he decides to go for the switch, because even if he does wake up this turn, he's not going to be faster than Scizor.
Not without some quick claw shenanigans.
Nope. Unfortunately, it seems like we've seen the last of RuneScape.
RuneScape is shutting down.
First Club Penguin, now RuneScape. What's next?
Time to bring in World of Warcraft.
Oh, that's never gonna happen.
Porygon 2. Interesting. Wonder what this Porygon 2 has up its sleeve. I know that it is a very versatile Pokemon.
Yeah, Porygon 2 is one of those Pokemon that can learn just about everything in the game that you would want it to learn.
I believe it can learn all the beam moves, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, and Ice Beam, can't it?
I believe so, yes. It opts to go for Barrier here.
Probably
That's
good
a smart
against
move
the,
against the Sizzler.
Yeah. Forward stance slash.
Look at how little damage that did because of that.
Yeah, Porygon is a very defensive Pokemon, and with that Barrier, it should be very difficult to kill outside of a slash critical hit.
Now, I'm thinking it might go for the Tri Attack and try to get the freeze off.
That would be one option, yes. It would be resisted, but it does have a 10% chance of every status.
Yes.
Barrier part 2.
Really
Yeah,
banking on
very,
that
very
individual events.
Just trying to use Porygon 2 as a tank is interesting. Another Sword Stance?
Looks like we're boosting to +6 here. Now, I would say that Porygon 2 is on the losing end of this, potentially, because critical hits can definitely undo your boosting defense.
Absolutely. Did not get the freeze, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I like this. This is ramping up. Whoever falls first
is
probably
become-
sets the tone for the rest of this battle.
Absolutely. It's a very intense match, this is. It's very back and forth.
And it's 3 minutes until it has to be over.
Max defense activated. And that slash is doing nearly nothing.
He's just looking for the crit now. Get past that +6 defense and hopefully be able to sweep it. I don't know. Maybe would a crit slash kill? Well, he's +6 now. I think it would.
Yeah, +6 would definitely. And now he's actually used Sword Dance one too many times there.
Still no freeze, however.
Really got to bank on this slash critical hit here. Otherwise, Porygon 2 is going to be very difficult to put a stop to.
Now, this is an interesting tactic. I've never heard of a Porygon 2 being used as a tank like this.
Yeah, mostly Porygon 2 spreads status and sort of walls what it can wall and gets out.
Toxic.
For some reason. That may
Potentially
have been a
PP
misplay.
I wonder if he forgot that steel types can't be poisoned.
I don't think that was an intentional move.
One more hit like that and Scissor's gone. He better hope for this crit.
No luck there.
They've got 2 minutes and 2 more Pokemon each. We may have to go time on this one.
We may
Oh,
have.
there is the critical hit, but it did not deal enough.
Maybe
No,
this
not
was a
nearly.
strategy. That's for cover. This is definitely a strategy, playing for time. Sea Cleaner's not going anywhere.
It's just a. It's a wall Porygon 2. That's an extremely interesting tactic. I may have to steal that for the next tournament, Vance.
It's a very good strategy.
It is. It's very unexpected.
Fighting types are very few and far between in GSC meta. You have like Machamp, Heracross, which doesn't really get many good fighting type moves. Hitmonlee maybe, but it's kind of a gimmick.
I apologize if anyone at home anyone listening can hear my dog.
No, we're good.
He's just very excited about the tournament.
He is. He is very excited.
Alright,
It's a
Sea
very
Cleaner just
heated
has to
battle.
hit this Lapras once, and that's it.
Yeah,
Vance
but
will
you're
win it
forgetting,
for time.
you're forgetting what Lapras does. Oh no, we're outspeeding Lapras, and this Ice Beam might KO, despite the
kidding
4
me?
times.
What am I
Oh,
witnessing?
not quite. Almost.
Oh, thank God. I didn't want to see this hit. "25 seconds.
It looks like this will do things in here.
All right, we have to go for time here. We've got 10 seconds, so nothing is going to happen.
Yeah, it
5,
looks like good game
4,
advance.
3, 2, 1, and that is time, ladies and gentlemen.
That's time, folks.
Sorry, Sigma,
Unfortunately.
but that virus is cured.
Yet another amazing display from Tyranitar in tournament.
Yep. All right, we are back in with a long-awaited matchup. Richard versus Umbreon. We've had no end of technical difficulties all night, so we should be good to go now, hopefully. We'll find out.
Looking at these teams, it's no doubt that you would see the Umbreon on Shadow Umbreon's team, obviously. But it's very, like I said before, very mixed set. I don't know, it seems like both teams counter each other fairly well. It just depends on which Pokemon they decide to choose.
All right, starting our timer.
And here come the leads.
Here comes the lag.
Oh, yes. That's
And,
coming
okay,
through on
good.
Steam, too.
We better be good, I swear to God.
It's still streaming, we're good. So unless we desync, we should be fine. Electabuzz versus Feraligatr. Now this could spell trouble for Umbreon.
I think it's a pretty quick swap from him.
Yeah, absolutely. But what will he swap into? Pretty much everything's gonna
Oh, he
take
opted
that.
not to.
Thunderbolt. Ooh,
He's just going to take the full force of the Thunderbolt, go for the Earthquake.
I guess so. Ooh, that Earthquake could be potentially damaging. Although it is non-stab on a Feraligatr, so yeah. Managed to tank it just barely. The only thing is that switch, he doesn't really have anything but that Jolteon that would tank a Thunderbolt. You know, that's the only thing that would resist it. Everything else would just get a neutral or a super effective hit.
Oh, he's going to opt to switch into the T-Tar.
Interesting.
Oh, and
Now
it
we've
was
seen
red.
T-Tar.
Ooh, big cross chop.
Oh.
2 HP.
Red.
Wow.
Ooh. Wow. Now that is just luck on the damage rolls there.
I think so. Richard not pulling any punches, going in for the Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Gonna drop T-Tar.
I don't blame him. We've seen T-Tar get taken out by a couple electric moves before this tournament. Even it's a very real threat, that neutral hit. One of the few rock types that aren't also part ground.
Indeed. So we're gonna go ahead and send out Feraligatr again. I don't think this is going to do
Yeah.
anything.
No, I bet you his last Pokemon is that Charizard. He's afraid of the Thunderbolt.
Yeah. The Electabuzz is just too fast for that. Gonna drop the Thunderbolt. So Charizard.
Axel is GOAT, sticks to nothing Umbreon's team, LOL. says Dingo Sig.
You were correct. Charizard.
Yep, there's that Charizard. Had it been, I figured had it been the Scizor, he probably would have at least gone for that quick sweep. And had it been the Umbreon, that would have been an easy switch. Deciding to stick with Feraligatr was definitely just wanting to get that safe switch in for Charizard. Oh man, 5 HP.
Yeah, he tanked that one out. Got the Earthquake. But this is what he's got against 2 more Pokemon, so we'll see.
Yeah, what can he do? And Richard's Pokemon is no short of many powerhouses. I mean, anything could really destroy it. Yeah, there's the Alakazam.
I mean, a Pidgey with Quick Attack could do it too. We're talking about
Absolutely.
5 HP here. It's all down to speed. He goes for the Psychic.
Alakazam's a fast Pokemon. There's no real getting around that. A very quick match and just total domination.
Yeah, Richard pulled it out. He said Electabuzz is one of his favorites, and he proved it. He knows how to use it.
Absolutely. But that's just round 1. We still have another round. Will Shadow Umbreon learn from the mistakes that he made this round?
I think so. Because we do talk about the last tournament that he played. He was second place. He performed really well.
Yeah. He definitely knows what he's doing. It just seems like maybe he just got dealt a bad hand here.
Yeah. The thing is,
I bet you
Richard's good too. I don't think he's going to leave with
Absolutely.
Electabuzz.
No, but I wonder if Umbreon thinks he is and is going to go for that Jolteon.
Yeah, that's the standoff right there. This first Pokemon might decide the rest of this match.
However, the only real hard counter he has against that Jolteon would be that Sandslash, so... Oh, he does lead with Electabuzz again. And the Umbreon. Interesting. Hoping to get that tank off first.
Gonna go for the cross chop. But he missed. Toxic might be pretty good here.
Yeah, get that chip damage away.
Sticking with
Badly
cross
poised
chop.
in an interesting status.
Yeah.
Cross
that did
chop will
some
absolutely
damage.
destroy it. I've had Umbreons go down to a good fighting move many a time, even when not stabbed. Baton Pass, interesting.
Easy way to just not take a hit by switching.
Out comes the Scizor. Now this might not be a good idea. We saw the Fire Punch before.
Yes, we did. In those matches from earlier that will be edited out of the big video. Surprise! It's Fire Punch!
Surprise! Fire Punch.
Wow, a critical hit. Holy Christ. He goes straight down.
Rest in peace, Scizor.
Richard is angry, and he's taking no prisoners. This Electabuzz might be the star of this tournament.
Absolutely. Perhaps the the participation prize will just be an Elekid with the elemental punches.
That is actually an amazing idea. He goes for the cross chop. Umbreon's gonna hang on, but what can it do here?
It really can't do much. Umbreon is not an attacking Pokemon.
Confuse Ray. That could change things.
Change the tide. That could turn the tides on a match. Confusion, as we've seen before, can really screw a person over.
You don't have to tell me twice. So he's got what he needs to come back here. If
Absolutely,
he hits himself,
but...
oh no, he's gonna hit that Thunderbolt.
Sorry, Umbreon.
That is an unfortunate turn of events. He had the potential to come back there. Leftovers, Confuse Ray, and Toxic all work for him.
Now, what do you think his third Pokemon is? I'd be willing to bet that he's going either with the Jolteon or the Tyranitar.
He's got Killer
Oh,
Crocodile.
Feraligatr.
We know he's got Earthquake.
Interesting. That is true. That might have been what he was going for. But he's only got this one Pokemon left against the rest of Richard's three, and he's definitely going to take a couple big hits from Electabuzz if the confusion doesn't go his way.
He's switching out the Electabuzz.
Interesting. That will cure the confusion, though, for another potential switch-in.
Oh, he's
Type
switching in.
Explosion. Now this is a real case of red versus blue here. Just like the banner.
He's gonna take some damage from that. I'm glad you pointed that out, by the way. Rob really liked the way that whole setup looked. So, yeah, shout out to Rob. We love you, buddy. Thunder Punch on Roy.
Absolutely. Here comes the Surf. That's gonna hurt.
Surfs him out. Most likely just a switch to get rid of the confusion.
Probably. Comes back in on that confusion and gets the Thunderbolt. I think one Thunderbolt might be able to take this Feraligatr out.
Yeah. It might have seemed like it was a disrespect switch, but I actually think it was tactical. He's very reliant on the Electabuzz doing well.
Absolutely.
And there goes the battle. Killer Croc falls
Rest in
down.
peace, Umbreon.
Back into the sewers for you.
Unfortunately, it looks like he just got dealt a bad hand. As we've said before, he was second place in the last tournament, but he just couldn't pull up stops against Richard this time.
Yeah.
Good game, fellas.
Good game indeed. Tune in for the next match coming soon. Our first round of round 2. Hello everyone and welcome to the next round. Potentially one of the most anticipated matchups of this entire tournament. It is Dingo Sig versus Richard.
Yeah, this is going to be an amazing battle. Two very defined powerhouses. They both know exactly what they're doing and both have very trained, very carefully trained Pokemon. So I'm excited to see how this goes. Now, the first thing I see is the Alakazam versus Machamp, a very old and very classic matchup.
I think so.
That Machamp is what pretty much destroyed me in my match with Dingo Sig. So let's see how it works. Now, that Alakazam could also be countered by that Houndoom he's got there. There's a lot of counters on both sides. I wonder what that Shuckle is doing there, though.
There's a Shuckle?
There is a Shuckle. Dingo Sig has a Shuckle, I think, doesn't he?
I don't see a Shuckle.
Maybe oh, it's Meganium. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
These
I can't
icons
blame
are
you for
very
that one.
small.
All right,
I thought it
so
was a Shuckle. Like, what is a Shuckle doing in GSC?
that's
Got
interesting
Golden
with the
Steel.
nicknames. You can't actually see what they are. Yeah, that one looks amazing. And there it goes. Probably for the best. All right, Vaporeon.
Vaporeon.
Goes for the dynamic
Ooh,
punch.
dynamic punch.
Oh, and he's going to land it.
Gets the hit and the confuse.
Now, we saw in the last match that Roy has Thunder Punch. So,
He does have Thunder Punch.
Vaporeon or not, this is still looking pretty good for Richard.
Although Vaporeon Surf, that Feraligatr Surf did a lot. I wonder how much Vaporeons would do.
Probably a decent bit. We're going to play it safe here. He's going to switch out.
Who are we going to see instead? I bet you Axel. Oh no, we've got the Alakazam. Sub-teacher.
Oh, and it's going to hit the Surf. Probably pretty good to switch there. You can take
Yeah,
another one of those, and
absolutely.
that's probably the best move that Vaporeon has. If it can even land a second one here. Confusion is
Now
still in
before
play.
we start... Yeah. Now before we started playing, we were running a couple tests, and I got to go up against Richard. I know that this Alakazam has a couple interesting tricks up its sleeve. I wonder if he'll decide to use them.
I could see it happening. The one you're referring to won't work right now because it's already confused. Oh yeah, there we
but
go.
we do have the Thunder Wave for the Parafuse. That just saves Alakazam a turn, really.
Indeed.
And it saves boosting Vaporeon's attack. Not that it probably has very much, but just in case it has an off
Isn't
chance
paralysis
of,
speed though?
No, I meant the Swagger boosts attack,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and in exchange for confusion. Oh, and there
Well, that's
is
an interesting
the
turn.
rest.
Rest into
With the
Midberry.
Mint Berry. Interesting.
Got a substitute here. What are we gonna see come out? Oh, that's why he's named Substitute Teacher. I get it. Terrible joke. No resting off
Absolutely
paralysis for
terrible.
you. Fully paralyzed. Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
You can rest through a paralysis.
You can, but he just rested one
Yeah.
off, and now he gets it back.
That's true. I see what you mean.
Hmm. And we are right back to where we started, parafused with the Swagger.
Now you just got to be careful with the body slam on this one, or some sort of attacking move.
I don't think it's gonna have Body Slam.
Probably not.
It is confirmed that it does not have Body Slam.
Is that a Rest Talk Vaporeon? Interesting. Now, you know all about Rest Talk. You had a Rest Talk lantern that we didn't get to see, unfortunately.
Yeah, I do indeed.
Back with Steelix. Now, as I mentioned earlier, me and Richard had a battle with your team against your own team, and that Rest Talk lantern really just
Oh yeah, it's
really
disgusting
stalled.
if it can get out there.
Now, if you put Rest Talk on a Vaporeon, a bulky water type like that, I mean you could last for turns and turns and turns.
And that's why we're running a timer.
Absolutely.
We're down to about 5 minutes, 30 seconds. So, substitute teacher here doing pretty well. Hanging in there.
I think that's the longest I've seen a substitute last, especially on an Alakazam.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely given the opponent reasons to not hit it with confusion and paralysis.
Definitely. Confuse no more, gets the Earthquake off.
I think that's it for the substitute.
I think so too. Oh, here we see the Psychic. Now, unfortunately, it's not very effective because Psychic is still not very effective to steal until the later gens. Or am I thinking of Dark? I may be thinking
I'm
of Dark.
not sure. But we're going to get another Psychic off here. So effective or not, it's still going to take out our Steelix. Critical hit too. So
That critical hit definitely probably was the difference between 2 to 3 HP standing and getting another Earthquake off.
I'd say so. It's
Next we see the Meganium.
I usually see Bayleafs, not sure why.
Bayleaf is just the better evolution, to be honest.
Lingering. Frick.
Not stat-wise, but design-wise.
Yeah. Thunderwave. Sticking with the tried and true. Thunderwave is just for you.
Light Screen. Now that's a good tactic, especially against an Alakazam like that. Meganium is one of the few grass types in Gen 2 as well that doesn't have a poison typing, and it is so a Psychic is neutral against it. On top of a light screen like that will cause Psychic to not be very useful. Unfortunately, so that will also decrease fire. Man, only taking 6 damage off of that.
Gonna go for the switch. Does not want to lose this Meganium here.
Back into the Vaporeon.
It's a reed! Thunder punches it.
Wow.
It does almost nothing.
Yeah, that light screen probably really helped that. On top of, like I said, you know, Vaporeon is one of the quintessential bulky water types alongside Suicune.
Pretty much. Missing the dynamic punch here. Fully paralyzed. We don't appear to be going anywhere anytime soon.
Manages to miss the dynamic punch.
And he's gonna tank a Surf. Not good. But he's gonna hang on.
Just barely.
Got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the timer.
This is absolutely a match for the ages.
He's gonna go for the Thunder Punch.
The second round is going to be a very different round. Now that they both have their looks on each other's team. They know their strategies.
Alright, so we're down to that 145. And here comes Electabuzz, who's been waiting in the wings for a while now. This is Stab Electric, and Vaporeon has every reason to be afraid right now.
Now the first round was best 2 of 3, Now let's review the rules of this round and the next round as well.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 for both of them?
Yeah, it's best of 1 in the round 3, round robin.
Ah, okay. That makes more sense.
Alright, so Richard can play for time right now if he wants to. He knows that Meganium's coming up, and he's got 1 minute and 11 seconds left. But I don't think that's going to be an issue, because he's still got Fire Punch. So he's got the amount of time to take out Dingo Sig here.
Absolutely. Ice Punch. Interesting. Not very much again.
The light screen's going to make it take even longer. Got 36 seconds left.
Looks like Richard has this in the bag, unless Meganium can really somehow pull out a huge critical hit on this Electabuzz.
I'm going to make a decision to let it play out. I don't think that we need to worry about time here. Ooh, that's a crit right there.
Putting the leftovers on the Meganium was probably a good choice. It's seeming to tank things quite well.
Especially with
so
the light
far.
screen.
Yeah. Now, Meganium was never really a very good Pokemon in the meta, but Dingosig seems to be making a very good use of it.
We're just going to switch back to Roy, most likely. No, it's Substitute Teacher. Synthesis. Perhaps I was wrong in calling time. But what did the fans think?
Leftovers put Meganium at full health.
Going for the
Oh,
swagger.
here we
again.
go. Going for the Parafusion.
It's fully paralyzed.
Fully paralyzed.
And no more light screen.
This could be the change.
Gonna go for a Psychic. And it's a crit.
Alakazam, very heavy hitter.
And it hurt itself in confusion.
Not quite enough to take it down, but I don't think it has enough to survive.
Yeah, Richard confident.
Yeah.
Very quickly selecting
Richard
his
very
move.
confident.
Playing it safe, going for the Psychic. This will most likely drop Meganium.
I don't think there's a shadow of a doubt.
I would agree. And Richard takes the first round.
That was impressive.
You could tell both of them really knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they both had their strategies and their backups as well. I wonder how round 2 is going to go.
All right, going right into it.
Both sides seeming to really plan out their team before making a decision. I wonder if we'll see that Articuno come out try to be a counter for that Meganium.
Potentially. It's certainly a looming threat, even if it doesn't see use.
Absolutely. It didn't deal much damage, but it was very much a tank, and I feel like that Razor Leaf could be damaging to, say, April. or his Sand Slash. We see him lead with Roy again.
That's our boy.
And we see the Jolteon this time.
Getting flashbacks here.
Now don't forget, this Jolteon does have Hidden Power Ice.
Yes, it does.
That could potentially be damaging for that Sand Slash that he may try to switch in for.
Very careful here. Oh
Looks
yeah,
like we're
start
going
the
for the
timer,
switching.
right.
Yes, do that. And we're not going to overrule that this time.
Yeah, alright, we'll stick with it. That last match just looked like it should reach a natural conclusion. It'll be more fun to watch if we don't just end it.
Yeah, that's true.
Then Synthesis
Going
comes
for the
out.
Flamethrower, the Fire Blast, I mean.
No lucky burn either. It's like we're switching out.
What will we see next? Out comes Electabuzz once again.
Take a big chunk of damage there. It needs to decide quickly what it wants to do out here.
Absolutely.
Alright, he's switching out. Let's see if Richard read this or not. He did the last time.
In comes the Jolteon. Nope, still going with Thunderbolt.
Paralysis.
Did get the paralysis, however.
That gives it a decent advantage here. I'm wondering, is it now faster than Jolteon?
It might be. Jolteon is a very speedy Pokemon.
Just gonna go for the switch out.
Who are we gonna see now? Back into Roy.
Keeping our third choice a secret.
Probably wise. Here's the Hidden Power Ice.
Roy is more than happy to tank. Dynamic Punch. Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
And he
there's the
got
biscuit.
it. Managed to set
Parafusion
up
once
Terra
again.
Fusion without even bringing out his Alakazam.
It's a solid strategy.
Absolutely. You have to run through 2 hurdles to be able to even make a hit.
Looking to switch?
Excuse me.
Oh, don't take too long. Down to 6 minutes already. Yeah, it's 6:30.
Bringing back out the Vaporeon.
Ooh, Earthquake. And it's a crit. No hesitation with these
Bringing back
switches.
out again.
We see more
No, he
switches this
seems
battle
pretty
than any other.
confident. He seems pretty confident that whatever he sends out can take the hit.
Hmm. And we know a mint berry is here. This is a free
We
rest.
do know that. And
feel like
even afterward, we know that there is the sleep talk.
Just gonna heal up, switch right back out.
And there's the Meganium. Now that seemed to be his wild card last time, and he didn't predict that switch.
So he knows he's got Fire Punch.
Knowing Razor Leaf, Synthesis, Light Screen, and what was the fourth move?
We may not have seen it.
We may not have.
These are switching like no tomorrow. More switches than a game store stockroom, as Little Helper says. Okay. These switches run out hell of a time.
Yeah, it looks
We're
like we
down to
might
430 now.
see the. Yeah.
Somebody's Pokemon needs to go down. Who's it gonna be? My goodness. Neither one of them willing to budge an inch on their tight matchups. Oh, and here's his third Pokemon. 2 Vaporeons out on the field now. This may have been the surprise counter. I mean, there are definitely strategies to deal with Vaporeon as Vaporeon.
Yes.
Be interested to know if Richard's packing that. Alright, we're gonna line up the shot.
Looks like Richard's going for the attacking Vaporeon, whereas Dingo is going for the defensive Vaporeon.
Have we seen Richard's moves yet? I've only seen Growth.
I don't think so, but Growth is an attacking setup.
Well, they both did Growth, so that's how they're gonna spin that turn. How they spin this one is a mystery so far.
Dingo's is Growth, Surf, Rest, and Sleep Talk, I believe. Whereas Richard, yeah, I don't think we saw much of that Vaporeon, if any at all, other than the Growth.
Okay, so we're down to 3 minutes now. So we're going for another Growth here. Wonder if we're gonna see Ice Beam.
After the Growth, Ice Beam might do quite a bit of damage to Meganium.
Dingo Sig looks like he was going for a Baton Pass, but screwed it up and switched manually. That is unfortunate. Will that misplay cost him the game? We'll see.
There's the light screen.
Gonna go for the Surf. That's 2 Growths. Oh, and it's a crit.
Critical hit.
Not very effective. Still a lot of damage.
Taking a long time to decide his next move.
Giving him the 2-minute warning. They've got to do something. We do not have all night.
It appears the Vaporeon may not have Ice Beam, in fact. Bringing back out the Roy.
It's probably his best
And we
bet for
see
doing
the
big damage.
black. So we have Razor Leaf, Synthesis, Light Screen, and Reflect.
It's designed to be a tank from the looks of it.
Absolutely.
Another switch. And the read with the Thunder Punch. Super effective, but not going to do a lot
no
here.
damage. thanks to that light screen.
What am I supposed to do when this time stops?
Shut her down.
Ugh.
Who has more HP? Jolteon comes back out. Both
8,
both
7,
players going for the quit.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. What are they doing? Why are they still fighting? Oh, what am I talking about? Why they're still switching.
Well, they can't hear us. You're gonna have to shut it down manually.
Well, I just told them what to do.
Okay.
So whatever this is, this doesn't count here. Axel has 105 HP.
Solid.
I'm gonna grab a screenshot of that so I don't lose it. Alright, we have to calculate a winner. Alright, I'm thinking that at a first glance, Richard had more HP.
Richard has 506 total, and Dingo had 428 total, but yeah.
So Richard had more?
Their HP is yeah. Richard had more, and their HP totals are extremely similar.
Okay, I think we have to count that then.
Looks like Richard wins.
I think so too.
I mean, the difference in the HP totals is a difference of 4 HP points.
Okay,
in
yeah.
favor of Dingo.
And Richard has a clear lead there. Alright.
Alright, congratulations, Richard. Sounds like you get to move on to the final round.
Yep. Richard gets 2-0 there. Alright, that means our next match is Nee versus Little Helper. So stay tuned for that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the PIGYournament. Welcome to the next round of the semifinals. It is Nee versus Little Helper.
I was told not to apologize, but I'm still going to do it because that last game was death.
Yeah, we saw the real GSC meta. That's the thing we're trying to avoid when we create the ban list.
Yeah, Vaporeon's got to go.
Yep. Speaking of which, both of our combatants have one, so let's see if we get a repeat.
Fun times. Nobody picked Vaporeon.
Here we go with Chansey. We might get to see yet another stall game.
I think we'll be alright.
Except he does have Machamp, so we might just be able to do away with that immediately.
You're also forgetting Fissure Dugtrio, which is clearly the best Pokemon in the meta.
I'm just hoping you can see my Battle on stream.
My Battle.
It was supposed to be in my match, but it wasn't. Instead, we got this Starmie.
Aura.
No fun.
Aura,
match.
Aura. Is that a motherfucking JoJo's reference?
Confuse Ray.
Good lead. Prevents Vaporeon from setting up potentially.
Yeah, Vaporeon absolutely does not benefit from that.
It's less about the damage, it's more about just stopping it from doing anything.
Yeah.
So once it gets set up, it's hard to stop.
But the only way to benefit from confusion is if you're holding an item that gets rid of it, because that gives you a free turn.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a bad time. Alright, we're switching out on Little Helper's side. What's gonna come out? Finally get to show my Batol on stream. Thank goodness. Orion's gonna go away too. Who's going to face my Batol? We'll see. Dragonite.
Dragonite's a good choice. Unless this Vaporeon has Ice Beam, in which case it's not a good choice. Oh wait, no, we're out of Vaporeon already.
We are.
Chansey could have Ice Beam. Chansey could still have Ice Beam though.
Yeah.
Potential switch here.
Dragonite's going away. Not ready to face my Batol.
In comes Machamp. That is going to force that Chansey out pretty quick. Unless...
A beautiful song from my Batol.
It always hits.
Nothing like the musical fruit.
That will buy Chansey a lot of time and a lot of leeway. Ooh, minimize. This could get stally.
Alright. The muscle here is asleep. Relax those muscles.
Yeah, being muscle means it's the female Machoke that you get in trade, which means it doesn't have a great attack DV, which could be bad. Still sleeping here. So my question is what Chansey's endgame here is. It's obviously it's minimizing right now to avoid cross chop, but what can it actually do in terms of offense?
I don't know. Well, it's gonna get hit by an earthquake.
Potentially. Oh, hey, there we go.
My Batol loses over half its HP.
That leftovers will certainly help.
I can't help it. Leftovers in my Batol. What do I do with that? That's the one thing you don't want, okay?
It seems we've lost a caster here.
Yeah, I'm gonna move it back in.
Welcome back, Cat. Seems these minimizes are having no effect.
I apologize. I had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I am back.
My Batol is low on HP. It's almost out.
Yes.
I think it has the speed advantage here. Oh, it's going back to the sing.
Can we get this sleep?
No, we do not. Finally.
It's like
Another
that song
earthquake.
was silent.
Play.
Oh, a miss.
Man.
I think I would have gone for the riskier cross chop play if I were in Machamp's position here.
Ooh, going with the toxic, hoping to get that poison. There it is.
Going for the earthquake.
Earthquake is more accurate and will kill.
And it lands.
Oh,
Critical hit in my Batol.
that is Chansey down. That is a big loss.
I think so. Nothing can replace my Batol.
And if it does go to time, you don't have all that HP from Chansey, so...
Oh yeah, timer, right.
My,
That again.
I was so distracted by my Batol.
My Batol.
And
I'll
who
just set it
wouldn't?
at 5 in here, you know? It's probably good.
Out comes Dragonite.
Now, if this Starmie has Ice Beam, that could be problematic. Which I believe we have seen Ice Beam from the Starmie. I think it's Surf, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Confuse Ray.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's a very attack heavy. Yeah, there's the Ice Beam. Very attack heavy Starmie.
Down to
Wow,
1.
a single
1
HP and it retaliates.
Will this? No, but
That was decent damage.
definitely- It was very good damage. That could turn the tides.
Absolutely. Now we've seen Dragonite and we've seen Machamp. Have we seen the last Pokemon on the team?
I don't think so.
No, I
That
don't
could
believe
be that could be the difference maker there, because if you don't have something to counter Starmie, although it does lack Psychic, so Machamp is not in imminent danger.
Down goes Dragonite. All right,
It's like
it's
less
the
maneuver.
Vaporeon up next.
Ooh, it is Vaporeon.
Hmm.
Deciding to bring it out. Wonder how this will go.
Starmie does lack Recover on this moveset, so it's possible that Vaporeon could set up and beat it with Surf. It would be tough.
Here's the Confuse Ray, though.
Yeah, this will make things tricky. Curse?
Curse.
This is not the Growth Vaporeon, it's Curse. I don't know that that will help it.
The defense boost doesn't do anything in this situation.
No,
I doubt the attack will.
no, I couldn't imagine. Tank that Thunderbolt fairly well. But it falls victim to the Confuser.
I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more Starmie.
Yeah, Starmie's good. It's very fast and very offensive. It can punch holes in the team if they're not prepared.
Starmie dominates pretty much every meta that it's in.
Yeah, it's always used for something. It always has a role.
In Gen 2, it was always a very good spinner for those spikes, as well as Gen 3.
Spinner has remained its primary role since Gen 2 when it received Rapid Spin.
There really has not been a lot of spikes play, though. I had spikes, but I never got the chance to use it.
Yeah, spikes definitely would help out here. I think we'll see that a lot next tournament since there's so much switching, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
You would know about that too.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have never once switched Pokemon in my entire life.
Switching? What's that? I don't even know what a B button is.
I unmapped my B button.
I unmapped it.
I didn't have a lot of time to switch. I was too busy losing.
We see Machamp come back out here, but I don't think Starmie can KO it. It will deal a lot of damage with Surf, or potentially Confuse right here.
Confuse Ray is the only safe move right now. Go for that. Use the poison. See what happens.
Depending on what I had in reserve, I might have gone Surf just to weaken it enough to kill with whatever I had left, but... Yeah, see, we see the Earthquake coming out here. If that Confusion wears off, that's pretty much a waste of turn.
Hmm.
The Doug Trio.
It's the Doug Trio.
The famous Fissure Doug Trio.
This could go either way, honestly.
How is it famous? It's never landed it once.
That's why it's famous.
It's going
Infamous,
up against
perhaps.
the most powerful Pokemon in all of Gen 2.
That Earthquake did not deal half, and here comes Cross Chop. And it connects with a critical hit.
Ooh.
That is it for Doug
Ow.
Trio.
There goes the Oko on that.
We're talking about Fissure. Machamp has the real one-hit KO here.
So it would seem. That was about time, too.
Very close battle.
So Knee takes our first round. And now we do this part.
Interesting to note that many of his Pokemon don't hold items.
Potentially didn't need it. Or just
He's
didn't care.
just that good. So good that he doesn't even need held items.
Well, he's still in the game. He won 2-0 his first round.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best we've got here.
Now, do you think he's going to bring a counter to Mybatoll?
Oh, absolutely. Machamp did exceptionally well in that last game, and I don't think we'll be seeing a return of Mybatoll,
Well, hopefully.
but anything's possible.
I would love to see use of that Exeggutor. I feel like that would be very useful in this, considering he's got Starmie, Dugtrio, Hitmontop, and Vaporeon.
Yeah, Exeggutor could do very well, especially putting things to sleep can really cripple the opponent. And it has that Stab Giga Drain, which can deal a lot of damage to the opposing team.
Now, let's see what they got. We'll lead with Houndoom.
Interesting.
This is a good lead. Houndoom is very offensive. It poses a threat right from the start. Hitmontop, however.
No, that's a bad matchup.
Yeah, Hitmontop can eat you for breakfast.
Very fast, very powerful.
Very defensive, too.
Yeah, he's an all-around Pokemon. He's very underrated.
We're setting up the sun here. Let's see what happens. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's one of these.
Here we go with the double team shenanigans, folks. We're in for the long haul.
0.001% chance of hitting from now on. Just have to move a little bit faster. Okay, dog, see you later. Back into the doghouse.
Out comes... There's my Exeggutor.
This is a good switch. Now, Mud Slap can make things annoying, especially if you plan to use Sleep Powder, which is already slightly inaccurate.
So, lower the accuracy, up the evasion. I know you remember this from earlier with Barfachu. Just throwing that out there.
Look, raise the evasion, lower the accuracy.
It hit through
Still
it.
get a 1 hit. Oh!
Wow,
Oh.
nearly one hit KO'd.
God.
Nearly.
Left with 3 HP.
Now, here's the question. Do you think Hitmontop has rest?
I
No,
don't
it doesn't
think
appear so. More accuracy drops.
Just wants to get that accuracy tanking.
Not gonna
And
connect
misses.
there.
So we're seeing a lot of unconventional strategies here. We see the double team Mud Slap Hitmontop. We saw the Curse Vaporeon. Very unusual meta strategies.
Not connecting here.
Gonna be very hard to with a double team and 2 evasion drops. Or, I mean, 2 accuracy drops.
And the thing is,
Yeah,
this doesn't
this-
look like an Exeggutor has anything to deal with the poison.
Yeah,
This
it's on a timer
keeps
now.
up.
And we see a switch.
Very
If you
concerning.
switch out, into Lapras, is it called a Nintendo Switch?
Well, no. Can we just
Now,
not talk
Vaporeon's a
about
good-
switching for the rest of this event?
No one has switched. I don't know what your concern is.
No one has switched yet.
Hello,
Here he
Luke.
goes.
Oh, Lord.
Down to the ground. That's one way to get around the
Down
surf.
to the void.
Oh, it missed. All that water going in that hole, it missed. This
Hitmontop
Mybatoll
was
would
just
eat it.
that fast.
My butthole.
Yeah. Here comes the dig.
What you
30
don't see
HP.
underground. What you don't see underground is Hitmontop spinning wildly to get away from the water.
This
Counter
Hitmontop.
pressure.
Oh, never mind. I was about to say he was surviving fairly long with for 3 HP.
Yeah, pulled a good run, but when he lost the accuracy down on Executor, that kind of sealed it.
Yeah,
I
that
would-
was it. He was done.
If you're going the evasion route, I would buff evasion first until it's a +6, then start dropping accuracy.
Here we go with the Vaporeon versus Vaporeon. Switching
been
into
spared.
Executor once again.
Acid armor. What an interesting choice. I
Not
don't
much
think
of a
acid
help
armor
against
will.
an Executor though.
Yeah, unless you want to protect from explosion, but still, it's odd. Okay, we have Ice Beam here, so it's not a Rest Talker. It doesn't appear.
Red.
Wow, that did a lot.
Ooh, just barely manages to tank it and get the Giga Drain off.
Did decent amount, but it doesn't look like it's enough to save him. One more Ice Beam should do it for Vapor or for Executor.
Out comes the Houndoom. Now this is an interesting switch against Vaporeon. Probably predicting that Ice Beam, but it's not going to take a Surf very well. And he's
Yeah,
gonna get a crit.
I think
Almost
that-
no damage.
I think the plan here might be to set up Sunny Day to weaken Vaporeon. And potentially it's a Sunny Beamer, or I don't know, have we seen Solar Beam from this?
Not
I
yet.
don't. No, we haven't. We've only seen Solar Beam on one Mon this whole tournament.
Yeah, I've seen Sunny Day from Houndoom. And that's what it's setting up now to weaken that Surf. Still a lot of damage there.
Definitely, probably would have been an Oko without that Sunny Day though. That was
Oh,
smart
absolutely.
thinking. Wow, well, there it is, the Solar Beam.
Yeah, the Solar Beam coming out, that should help a lot.
Ooh,
Oh, just barely did enough.
If only we had a quick attack.
And that'll do it for Houndoom.
And unfortunately, Chlorophyll doesn't exist in this generation either. Otherwise, Executor could easily outspeed that Vaporeon.
Yeah. Looks like it's possibly Vaporeon v Vaporeon. In the sun. Which one will have the speed advantage is the real question here.
Now, if only we had the weird grape to set up Rain Dance.
It's
We could get
unfortunate.
rid of it.
Taken before his time.
Gone but not forgotten. Always in our hearts.
Yeah. His memory will
But
endure.
we're gonna have to add another bench for Doom to sit on. That's gonna be in memoriam.
No more grapes.
Will we see a fissure from this Stug Trio? It looks like maybe the only option here, because Vaporeon will definitely beat it with Surf. I don't know if it'll 1-hit KO in Sunlight, but I don't think Earthquake will 2-hit KO.
I don't think the question is will we see a fissure. I think the question is will we see a fissure connect.
I think, yeah, that is the question.
Indeed it is.
Oh, it does not connect.
No, I thought about using a Doug Trio like
There's
this,
the Ice Beam.
but it doesn't appear to be doing so hot. Yeah, you get one more
Man,
shot
should've
at this
gone with
fissure
the
here.
Surf.
He needs this to connect. It's the only way. Oh, switching out. Probably the right play.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, losing a 33 health Executor isn't exactly much
60
of a
health.
loss. Yeah.
Still, it's going to have to deal with that fissure from. Oh no, see it missed.
35% accuracy, boys.
You just gotta keep going for it.
And this isn't Gen 1 where you can just use the next accuracy and then destroy.
Goes for the slash. Just knock that Executor down. You still have the speed advantage, so if this comes out and he lands the fissure, he wins.
Yeah.
But that's a 35% chance. Worst case scenario, he loses, and well, no, that is the worst case scenario. I thought the score was the other way around. Never mind. You need to hit this, man. Come on. Show us what 35% looks like.
35%. Let's go.
And it's good!
Oh my god, it worked!
What a meme!
I cannot believe it.
We actually had a match go 1-1.
Look at the Doug
Now
Trio. They're so
that-
proud of what they've done.
Now that was a turnaround right there.
What a way to go. One hit KO. Hit try again. And
Well, we get to watch this fun setup again.
yeah, let him take his victory lap.
Still, this is very close. Either one of these could come out on top.
Indeed. Remember, if Little Helper takes this whole thing, that's who I lost to. So actually, I'm the best. I miss my pig.
What kind of changes do you think will be made here? Do you think Doug Trio will return?
First one out, go straight for the fissure. Come on, ride the high. Just keep going. I believe.
Get
Do
lucky
you think
again.
Dragonite
You can do
will
it.
make a return appearance? Because
Just for the
Dragonite
flying
is immune
type?
to Fissure. Yeah.
Oh, that would be such a meme. Would you really go for that, though? Maybe you've had some minor difficulty streaming just now. I got a weird thing from OBS.
On my end?
No, me.
Oh.
Stream might
We
have
do
just
see-
noticed a slight jump, but it should be back up now.
We do see the Dragonite and Umbreon leads. Now, this is an interesting lead for both opponents here. Umbreon is very bulky and will not go down very fast.
Now, Dragonite can learn Dynamic Punch. Oh, but
It
it is
can.
going to be Outrage.
Outrage, I don't know if that will be super... Oh, yeah. It did okay.
Going with Confused Ray, however.
Will it hit? It will only hit itself. And with that base 134 attack, Dragonite's hitting itself, it's going to do a lot more than the rest of the Pokemon in the cast.
I don't think we're getting quite the result we were looking for from this Umbreon.
Yeah, it's got some strange choices of moves here.
It's not outspeeding the Dragonite, so it didn't land the Confuse Ray first, and Shadow Ball did next to no damage. So what does it do to stay relevant?
Yeah, without Rest Talk or Baton Pass, Curse, Umbreon's sort of just kind of sitting there.
Vaporeon now.
Band.
This is gonna be-
1 month is a while away.
Yeah, so Vaporeon will not be making a return, I would assume.
Pretty much once I saw the full lineup of Vaporeons, I was like, yeah, no.
It just
no,
does not die.
Sorry, Vaporeon, you're getting banned.
I really like it as a Pokemon. I think Growth Surf is cool, but if everyone uses it, then it needs to be banned.
Yeah, it's less about Growth Surf and more about it has so much health and does not die.
That's where Fissure comes in.
If only we were all gutsy enough to go for that strategy.
Oko move only tournament.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Just a total battle of luck.
Okay, but I'm bringing Piggy with moves.
A Piggy with sheer cold.
Illegal
Fissure,
pig.
sheer cold Figgy.
Piggy should be able to learn Fissure.
It really should.
He
I think
needs
that's your
more
custom starter.
It can if you're a dev.
That pig would have to be not shiny. No grape.
Lock on Fissure Swinub.
That's what it needs.
Vaporeon CC 2018 to 2018.
Now, we saw this Vaporeon's moveset briefly when it was revealed. It doesn't look like it has much to deal with this. Oh, it's baton passing out here. That's a good strategy. It allows Vaporeon to take the hit and still switch out so that something else doesn't have to take the hit.
It's like Exeggutor is coming back out.
Now, the problem is that Exeggutor doesn't deal well against Ice Beam at all.
It does not.
Yeah.
But does Dragonite do any better?
Definitely
No,
not.
it does not at all.
This
Now,
at
it
least
could
gives it
be-
the opportunity to do some damage.
Or put it to sleep. Oh,
Oh.
never mind.
Oh no,
See
it
you
got
never.
frozen. See you never.
Go back to a little...
Rest in peace, my boy.
Hey, some of his leaves are sticking out of the ice. He could still make a comeback.
use Razor Leaf.
I saw the funniest freeze yesterday when I was playing P64 by myself. I froze an Onyx, and just his head was encased in ice.
That's all you need.
I guess so.
And it goes
Rest
down.
in peace.
No explosion.
Let me
I
see those
think that
Fs
might do it. He still has Vaporeon, but I don't see it mounting much of an offense here.
Press F to pay respect.
It's possible Dragonite has, like, Thunder? Or did it have Thunderbolt?
A Thunder Dragonite is very common.
Yeah, I could see that maybe making a dent, especially if it gets the paralysis, but otherwise this is going to be an uphill fight.
Yes, absolutely. Yep, there's the Thunderbolt on the Starmie.
And the
Oh.
crit.
Brings down Vaporeon.
Good luck all around on this side. Crit, freeze. Looks like that fissure was enough to turn around the whole set of matches.
Yeah, that really won it for him. Wait, so is this the opponent that I will be going up against?
You will be going
Yes,
up
it is.
against whoever wins this. And Vance. Are you afraid?
Of Fissure Dug Trio? Absolutely.
Yeah, me too. Although it never hit me, so I'm the best. Thanks.
That is true. You won the tournament, basically.
I won with my pig. He went out. He did a little dance. He died. The end.
It's okay. That's all you wanted. You just wanted to show Piggy off.
Weird grape.
Weird.
It's weird. He was a grape. That was the end of it. And that was the end of this.
Rest in peace. That was an amazing match. Really, if it weren't for that Fissure Dug Trio in the last round, I really think Nee had it in the bag.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbles. We have the weird icon Dug Trio.
Yeah, he's got moss on him.
Pokemon is a game based around luck a lot of the time.
Yep.
All right, we're going to transition out, and we're coming back to round 3, our round robin best of 1 round. See you soon. All right. So this round is Richard versus Little Helper. We are now in round 3. So this is best of 1. And round robin format for these matches. Let's see what happens.
Let's do this. Both teams have a Vaporeon, so we could see some good Vaporeon versus Vaporeon, as we've seen
Let's not
a few
say
times.
we did. He's cheering on Richard. He wants the title.
Richard really does want the title.
We all do.
He wants that Farfetch starter.
All right, let's get into this. So Richard's gonna lead with Substitute Teacher.
Substitute Teacher is a very interesting Pokemon, considering he goes
Versus
for
Doug
the. Ooh. Now, see, I know that he was saying he's afraid of that Doug Trio. That
We're
Fissure
all
could
afraid
really
of this Doug Trio.
destroy anything.
Yes, it can.
But he's probably going to go for the Swagger first round.
Could be a good move,
Especially
but
since he can't get the full Parafusion. He can only get Confusion, considering his paralyzing move is Thunder Wave.
yeah. Gonna go straight for the Psychic. Knock it out fast, perhaps. Oh, down to 30 HP.
Holy crap. And
He'll
he
go into
decides to
the
go for the Earthquake
Earthquake.
instead.
Just coming out swinging on both sides. No games. So we know Alakazam is faster here. Would Little Helper switch? He will. Probably best to keep Oatmeal in reserve. Fissure can turn the tide of the battle later on. And here's Starmie.
And the same Starmie that we've seen many times before. He's going to make yet another appearance. Here's the Substitute from Substitute Teacher. Now I wonder what's going to go on here. Perhaps a switch, or perhaps just try to sweep it with Thunderbolt or something. Nope, there's the switch. That was interesting. Bringing out the Umbreon.
Gonna get Thunder Waved.
He was trying to predict the Psychic, but instead got the Paralysis.
Looks like we're gonna try to set up Parafusion immediately here.
It's about the only thing that this Alakazam could do. I don't think he has a damaging move aside from Psychic.
This is true. Substitute is gone. With 18 HP, probably not a lot of options here.
Yeah, I can see the switch out right now.
Yep. Switches right out. Instead, we get Axel, the Electabuzz. Performed
Now,
really well
this
so
has
far this
been-
tournament.
Absolutely. This has been a monster throughout this. Swept a couple of teams, even.
So Umbreon gets the confusion here, so Axel's basically ready to do whatever he wants.
Probably
go for the
going to go
cross
for the cross chop.
Yep. Big damage coming out there.
R.I.P. Umbreon.
Gets the
He's
confuse
got
ray
one
off.
thing to make the best of it. So now we have two confused Pokemon.
You don't know what's going on.
This battlefield's starting to look like Shock Slayer coating Crystal Clear.
We're not gonna do that right now. I'm not as bad as I used to be. I've been confused, but never paralyzed.
No, never paralyzed something.
Yeah, I usually get through stuff. I'll do something. Unless you want to count the slow, in which case, yeah. This is the first we've seen of the Sand Slash, I think.
Yeah, it has actually been, surprisingly, because Sand Slash seems to be an effective counter in the tournament that we've seen so far, especially with all the electric types running around.
So it pulls out a substitute, and the substitute tanks the hit. So what does it do now? Swords Dance, setting up for attack.
Now, Swords Dance Sand Slash, if it has an Earthquake, that can be potentially menacing. Psychic Umbreon, interesting.
Another substitute.
Really trying to play the safe game, I guess.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. So we definitely get another sword stance here, I think. After that, it's probably
Mostly.
sweeping time.
Will he
Little
go for
Helper
the
has to be
Splash
careful
or the
here.
Earthquake?
Hmm. I think we're gonna see Starmie. Nope, Oatmeal. Right into the
Interesting.
Earthquake. That is not okay. And a crit too.
Ouch. Rest in peace, Oatmeal. To quote the movie Death Race, man, how do you fuck up Oatmeal?
Earthquake, I guess. Substitute works pretty well.
Don't forget Swords Dance.
That's true.
Swords Dance is a huge thing, even today in the meta.
Wow.
Wow!
It's a lot of damage. The substitute really working out here. That would knock out the
Absolutely.
Sand Slash otherwise.
That was a questionable decision. I questioned that decision originally, but now I see that was something to behold. Unfortunately, the Starmie gets the first hit here.
And that's going to be it for the Sand Slash, but we know that the Starmie is mostly offensive, so if we see Axel come back out here, then Starmie is finished.
There's not much that Starmie could do to Axel.
Oh, but instead of Substitute Teacher.
Hmm.
Does it have the speed advantage?
I believe it has the speed advantage, but it doesn't have the health to get another substitute off.
Well, it doesn't need one. It can just use Psychic and knock out Starmie. It's got 21 HP.
True. That's true. Interesting. 2 substitute users on this team.
It's a solid strategy so far.
Go
for the
in for the
swagger.
confusion.
And it pays off. That was a little risky. I don't know if that was necessary, but it happened. So Little Helper is now down to 1 Pokemon. It would be Shadow, the Umbreon. Gonna go for the Swagger again. But it lands the bite. Oh, it's got a focus band. Wow.
Man, that came in handy just in time. Now, it can't damage the Umbreon, but it might be able to get that Swagger off.
I think so. Swagger doing a lot of damage here. I mean, what does it care? It's got 1 HP. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hang on.
Right now, it's just stalling until it
paying
fills itself
off.
with confusion. Man, and there it goes. Boosting its attack and letting it hit itself with confusion is an interesting strategy, but a good one nonetheless.
And that concludes the first round of our round robin. So Little Helper is not eliminated
Congratulations
yet.
to Richard.
Our next match is going to be Little Helper versus Vance. So as soon as they are ready, we'll hop right into that. We'll catch you in just a moment. Alright, so we are now into round 2 of the round 3 best of ones with Little Helper versus Vance. They are setting up now.
As we've seen, Little Helper does have that Fissure Dug trio, and that can win games, especially in a best of 1. That can determine everything.
Oh yeah, he's far from out.
I caught that earlier, actually, on the Vaporeon.
That was beautiful.
That was clutch.
Vaporeon Destruction was amazing.
Best in show. Compared to worst in show, we know which one that one was.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Alright, Rob, so I've got Richard versus Little Helper, and then Little Helper versus Vance, and then Richard versus Vance.
Yep.
So Richard has won one. Now we're doing
Yep.
the second one.
Okay.
So what then? Like I do all 3 of these. We have a tie if
Alright.
everybody wins one, right?
Yeah,
it
it's
seems
only
to
gonna
be
be a
timed
tie.
out.
One.
So
The
those
best
votes
case
on this
here
match.
is actually for Little Helper to not win, and then it'll just be me against Vance. It'll be a lot easier to organize.
I don't
True.
care about that. I want to see good stuff come out of both players.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're still talking about Fissure. So I'm wondering if Vance is going to bring something for that.
Yeah, none of his Pokemon are immune to Fissure.
Not even Quagsire? I guess they're both ground types.
Yeah, none of them are immune to it.
Okay, immune. I don't know how that stuff works. This is not...
If you're not flying type, you can be hit by Fissure, and that's just how it is.
Does Raichu no fly?
Maybe it could.
Yeah.
I believe this is the Petal Dance Raichu, is it not?
Perhaps.
Oh yeah, that could make a difference.
Alright, so we're headed into our round here. We've got Sea Cleaner coming out first. Performed very
Alright,
well
we've
previously.
seen- Yes, we've seen Sea Cleaner tank very spectacularly already.
But can it tank
Now
a
this-
Fissure? We're about to find out.
It really needs to avoid Fissure and just go on the offensive immediately, because I know it has Ice Beam, and that could help.
See what happens. I'm gonna go for the Earthquake instead.
Safer option.
Did a decent amount of damage.
Also, I have to note, from the bit of this I've managed to catch so far, do the face picks seem better this time around?
No.
Just in Stadium? No? All the ones I've seen have looked fine, so...
I mean, look at Oatmeal.
Oh yeah?
And if you
Do not be
see a Typhlosion was being very glitchy as well.
Okay.
Critical hit on the slash.
But that will help
Yeah.
certainly, especially after the barrier.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
gonna go for the Toxic.
I disagree with this strategy. Dug Trio is very frail. I think Ice Beam would be the way to go, but
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see what happens here.
Going for another Earthquake rather than the Fissure. Hoping to actually demolish it rather than just Oko it.
Yes, as we all know, Oatmeal has Fissure and 3 other moves.
That don't matter.
So it's one or the other. We gotta make a choice here.
At this point, he needs to go for Fissure.
I mean, we want to see
Recover.
Fissure, but... Oh, there it is. Let's see if this lands.
Yeah, that's what I do. Alright.
Nope.
Avoided the attack. That poison's whittling away.
Here comes the Ice Beam.
Yeah,
See how
this
that
is what I...
does.
Beam. Bow.
And you were correct. It just decimated
Yep.
poor Oatmeal.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely very
Get rid of
frail.
that threat immediately. That's all you need to do.
Well, it had plenty of opportunities to make mistakes. But here comes my Battle. Yeah.
I think that Porygon 2 was going for the setup on the... It knew that it could tank Dugtrio fairly well, so it was just waiting to get the setup off of it before taking it out. It only probably feared Fisher a little bit, but
Oh, the Sing is coming out. And it hits, as usual.
Yeah, we've only seen Sing miss once this entire tournament.
Yeah.
But my Batol is poisoned, so it's gonna take some time for this to go. But it will.
Yeah,
Managed
that
to just
toxic
tank through this
counter
whole
will
thing.
be reset. If Chansey switches out, toxic counter will be reset back to 1. So I think if it gets in trouble, it can use soft boiled and just switch out.
I'm gonna switch out Sea Cleaner.
And this is a strategy I agree with because you want one Pokemon asleep so it can't do it again.
do we have Sleep Claws on?
Maybe.
I think so. We're going by Prime Cup rules, which I do believe has Sleep Claws.
Yeah, it should.
And this is an okay matchup for Quagsire. Both of these have really powerful moves in Earthquake and Surf, respectively. Starmie obviously has a speed advantage, but Quagsire might have the offensive force.
There's your faceplate, Robert, on the Quagsire there. RuneScape is confused.
Raw damage means nothing when you can't hit.
More confusion, going for the Earthquake. That's a decent bit of damage.
Yeah, I think Starmie actually has the leg up here.
How many legs?
More than I
Too
can
many
count.
legs. What I want to know is how it spins its legs on its back. That's creepy.
I don't know.
Turns out that Jewel is actually just the head of a screw.
That's a fancy screw.
Absolutely.
It's like Magnemite. It's
Ruby
like
studded.
Magnemite screw. It just doesn't really do much.
Now I'm wondering why Starmie can't learn Fly. I feel like it could go
Yeah.
fast enough.
Totally.
Just a helicopter up in the air.
He does it in the anime.
Well, you got me there. RuneScape hanging on with 7 HP.
I'm surprised we haven't seen the Ice Beam come out, but the Surf definitely has more of the stab.
Have we seen this last Pokemon?
I'm not sure.
I don't believe we have.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Avast.
Exeggutor. Now, we've seen how this goes before. Exeggutor gets frozen and it dies.
Yeah.
Maybe this time
Instantly.
Vance will have some
Instantly.
luck.
Oh, or a potential switch.
Now, see, this is one of my strategies. You just keep hitting buttons and then backing out.
Oh, absolutely.
You gotta stall for that time, you know?
Yeah, the timer stall is really the best strategy in this tournament.
Actually, most of the time for me, it's just I'm second-guessing myself over and over again.
Oh, for me, it's, again, right there, sort of tip the hand of trying to switch out. Then I'm like, alright, let me just go in and out various things so you don't know what I'm doing at this point.
Well, the
Yeah,
real
change
trick is
my
to not
mind,
run the
maybe
timer, because you're a good tournament admin.
I'm not. Alright, we see Starmie asleep here, and that is potentially game-ending if it stays asleep.
Yeah.
Opted not to go for the switch.
Ooh, crit Giga Drain, knocking it out.
Oh, man.
And that's surprising, seeing the Exeggutor be able to take out the Starmie like that, especially up against that Ice Beam.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Chansey has some survivability, unless Exeggutor is packing Explosion.
It
I
comes with a
think
ticking
my
clock,
Batol can
though.
really do this.
Got the Toxic Poison.
And there is the explosion.
Yep.
Finally!
Yep, but
Ooh,
That will do it.
that's good enough.
wow.
My
My
Batol just
Batol
got
really couldn't take that
exploded.
pressure.
Has anyone done the meme yet this tournament?
Oh, which meme? And there goes the battle. Vance taking it. Sea Cleaner still alive.
So I think that puts me and Vance against each other in the finals.
I believe so. And we will be right back after these messages. Alright, so we're back now. We had pretty good time this tournament. Most of our matches were 2-0. So what that means is for our final round, we have enough time to do best 2 out of 3 instead of just best of 1s. So we're doing Richard versus Vance for a grand prize.
And what is that prize, Sha?
Well, they'll tell me, because it's a custom starter.
Good point.
Yeah, we didn't really have the time to do the entry prize either. Somebody mentioned an Elekid with
yeah.
punches, and that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute.
Cool.
I like that.
Why don't we make it based on who wins the finals? If Richard wins, it's the Elekid with the elemental punches, and if Vance wins, it's a Porygon with the setup moves or something like that.
I'm game. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it could be like the punches on Electabuzz and then like the flamethrower Thunderbolt Ice Beam on Porygon.
I'm about it.
That'd be a neat little sort of like a mirror.
So no more
Personally,
fissure.
I'd like the Elekid with the punches, so I'm going to be rooting for Richard here.
Alright, what would people say are the #1 threat on each of these teams?
Anyone who brought a Swinub.
So neither of them are gonna win?
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Both their setup mons in first. Umbreon says, gonna be a pain with that Electabuzz. Ooh, the instant switch out. And we got the Exeggutor coming out. Already running the substitute though.
We've seen this work great, so we're gonna see if Substitute Swagger Psychic is gonna do the job here.
Getting the Paralyze off first.
I listed every move except the one he used. I'm pretty good at this. Lands the Giga Drain. Or not.
Missing though. Does not land it. All the RNG moves against the Vance. Taking a while to select here.
I don't know if Focus Band works that way.
What way?
I'll go with the Psychic. Pretty decent damage. Ooh, and a special defense too.
Absolutely. You gotta get that special defense up against the Alakazam.
Just gonna stick with the Psychic. Going hard. Oh, and it's a crit.
Critical hit, and it's down.
Is that the first time we've seen Sea Cleaner go down?
I think so. Now, according to Richard, Sea Cleaner was his worst fear in this match, so he just managed to take out the Pokemon that he was really dreading facing. And now we've got Gengar. That should be just bodied by Psychic. Richard is confident.
I think so. The substitute really makes it difficult because you can't pull any Confuse Ray shenanigans.
Yeah.
Makes it difficult.
Very nearly O-code. And that's most likely going to break Substitute.
Indeed. It's hanging on by a thread. Can I do anything with that?
Good question. Gonna outspeed it, get the Psychic off, down goes Gengar.
This last Pokemon is Exeggutor. Did we
Now,
just get an explosion?
Alakazam,
Go
the
straight
thing
into
is,
round two?
Alakazam is not very good against Exeggutor, but I wonder what other tricks he might have up his sleeve. Oh, no, he's going to opt for the substitute.
Hmm. Having the substitute resist the status has completely changed how people have to battle.
Absolutely. Got Giga Drain. No, he missed.
Not good.
It is not. It is not looking good for Vance in this first round. There we go. Getting the Parafusion off.
Going for the Giga Drain again. Will it connect? It does not
Manages
connect.
to miss.
Why?
What is the accuracy of Giga Drain?
Giga Drain not hit a substitute? That's the only thing I can think of for it missing.
That might be.
I'll take a look.
Giga Drain will always fail against the substitute. Yeah,
Wow,
it can't hit
alright.
substitute.
Fair enough. I mean, it doesn't have HP, technically, right?
That
I
makes
guess.
sense. Just gonna keep trying that though.
What an interesting interaction.
Yeah, that's weird. I would not have thought of that.
It has 100% accuracy. It just can't hit substitutes.
Crazy.
So does Avast have any other attacking moves with which to break this?
It has explosion, but it can't use it. Yeah, I think it's pretty much just done. Oh my goodness, that was huge confusion damage.
I think Vance might be out of options here. It only has Giga Drain and Explosion. Sleep Powder. What else is there? Psychic! It had Psychic this whole time. Oof. Down to 2.
2 HP.
He's gotta go for the
Vance
explosion.
is
Just go out with
holding
the
on
You got
by
it,
a
yeah.
hair.
But we won't get that opportunity, it looks like. Even a crit. The disrespect. I'm glad this is a 2 out of 3. That was kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
Who talked me out of best of one?
Mm-hmm. Well, would you really want to win best of 1 because of that?
No, that was nonsense. I'm glad we discovered that, but it's nonsense.
It is
That's
nonsense.
very crazy.
Well, now we know.
Second round coming up. It's a good thing we, as you said, it's a good thing we decided to do best 2 of 3 because that was a bit of an unfair game.
That would have been brutal.
Yeah, it's just a knowledge thing, really, because I think if Vance knew
Oh,
that
yeah.
only Psychic would work, we probably would have
Mhm.
seen that instead of Giga Drain like 3 or 4
Yeah,
times in a row.
absolutely.
And that could have changed things. Either way, the past is the past, and we're moving on into the next round. If Richard takes this, he wins. But if Vance takes this, we go to round 3. Perhaps this newfound knowledge is just enough to push the tide in Vance's favor.
Only tide will tell. I feel like without Neff here, I need to throw the occasional pun in.
We've had plenty. I think we've reached our quota for the night.
Oh, good. All right.
All right. The beast has returned. Let's see what the counter is. It's Gengar. This is all about speed right here.
Absolutely.
Alakazam outspeeds Gengar.
Would it? I
It
feel
does,
like
these
Gengar-
two do.
Do they? Okay.
I'm gonna go straight for the Psychic. No substitute this time.
Yeah, why not?
Well, you gotta get that Gengar out of there. Ooh, goes for the Hypnosis. Does it hit? Does it hit?
It lands.
It does.
Potentially devastating. That was a risky play. By both.
Gengar has 110 speed, Alakazam has 120 speed. Very, very close, but Alakazam just barely
Oh,
outspeeds
explosion!
Gengar.
That's something.
All right. Well, there goes one
Why
each.
not? Yeah,
We're back to even now.
that's not bad.
I think that was a good sacrifice, getting rid of
Oh, absolutely. Gengar's
What
not gonna
Alakazam.
recover. They can't do much
No,
with
not at
8
all.
HP. So Vast might have some things to worry about here. We know about Fire Punch. We know about Ice Punch. So, what do you do?
and
immediately?
cross drop, but
That too.
I mean, that's not going to do much about it against Exeggutor, but it's still a very valid threat.
The Ice Punch, probably an attempt to freeze. Pretty powerful Psychic coming out.
Yes, Exeggutor is was a very good sweeper. It wasn't used too much because of its low special defense, but if you know what you're doing, especially as an exploder, it was very good.
Definitely.
Another Ice Punch. Still seem to be going for the freeze. Not gonna do as much as it could though. And another Psychic.
Man,
This is a
this is to
speed
tank
game
it.
now.
Is this gonna be the first downfall of Axel?
Potentially. It's got the speed, so it's going to hit first, but is it going to take a Vast down? Vast going to switch out. Ooh. Very
See,
scary.
now he doesn't have Alakazam to take care of that anymore.
Mhm.
He does, if he can get the cross chop off early with the crit, he might be able to take that out. But if not,
This is a dangerous situation right here. We know what this Pokemon can do if it has the time to start setting up. Going for the cross chop. Very powerful.
Yeah, but after how many barrier is it? How much is it gonna do? Oh, it's going for the ice beam to take it out. Actually,
Probably the better
probably
play.
a smarter move.
Just get it out of there. Which
I
puts
think that's the
Richard down to
first time
1.
we've seen Axel. I think that's the first time we've seen Axel taken out, and we're out to Sand Slash. Swords Dance Slash user, also can be very dangerous. High critical hit ratio.
And it brings a substitute.
That is true.
Going straight for the sword stance.
It just needs to be careful with that ice beam on Porygon.
Porygon going for the recover.
We are in this for the long haul with this one.
It's a short list though.
Have we seen the other one on Vance's side?
It switched out of Ast.
Right.
Well, that's
okay.
Executor. Going for the big earthquake there. That's a lot of
That is
damage.
a very big earthquake.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. How about a little more?
Well, there's the barrier. It's hanging in there.
Another earthquake might take.
Richard
it out, though.
extremely confident in what he's doing.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. He knows he's got the
Yep.
speed. Down to 1!
Wow.
Holding on by a thread. Does it go for the recover? It does!
It does.
Oh man,
The comeback is real.
it's what you want.
It's above half now.
Yeah.
Gonna go for some more setup. Okay, you wanna live? See for how long? Did a Sea Cleaner go for some damage? Or, oh, nope, barrier.
Nope, it goes for the barrier.
Stakes are higher than ever. Leftovers keep doing work. This little ducklin's not yielding.
Not the ducks.
We were warned. The Ducks were gonna make their comeback.
We haven't seen much of the fire duck lately.
No, we have not. See, that's the power of barrier right there. It hung on much better.
Absolutely. Yeah, barrier is a crucial move in this meta.
Very, very powerful ice beam there. If Richard gets hit by one more of those, he's out.
The problem is he still has to deal with Executor as well, doesn't he?
Indeed.
That Giga Drain is not going to be friendly against the Sand Slash. However, he does have Substitute.
He can go for 2
But-
Earthquakes here, and I think he'll win. It's also possible that he might miss. And that could change this. It all comes down to this.
If the Sand Slash ends up winning, then Richard is the champion. If Executor wins, we go into one more round. Sudden death, pretty much.
Going for the Earthquake.
Could be it.
And it connects.
There it is.
Down goes Avast. The viruses have won.
Rest in peace, Vance. Congratulations, Richard. You are the champion.
Yep, 2-0.
Amazing
Very
game,
solid.
man. Wow. Very, very good game. Very close.
I'd imagine it got pretty tense there at the end.
You have no idea.
You're right, I don't.
Didn't mean it like that.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the tournament. I know I did.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for hosting, SS.
No problem.
This was fun to watch. I love this. Can't wait to do it again next month.